How cool has it been that here we are, mid-July, 2 years removed from that horrific pandemic in 2020 year? I mean, we've come a long way. I mean, you remember 2020 started, it's just like vivid memories of it now. I mean, Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna, the horrific helicopter crash, and Trump's impeachment, and the whole George Floyd, Black Lives Matters, things going on, and the West Coast fires, and man, it got crazy. And then of course, the coronavirus hit. And that's what it was, a coronavirus. Remember that? I mean, I have vivid memories. They were calling it coronavirus. And then it became COVID-19. Then it just became COVID. I mean, it got so crazy that I remember just talking to friends, and here in the Bay Area, they said they didn't want to get on BART, or the Bay Area Rapid Transit out here in the Bay Area. They said, I'm not going to get on BART, and I'm not going to breathe. And everything shut down, and working remotely from home. And some people still want to do that and just don't want to go back to work because they're lazy. And, churches closed and schools were closed for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then the mental health phenomenon came upon us, and families were forced to be around each other, and husband and wives. And they were just talking about things were just going to bonkers in marriages and families. I remember the lines you had to stand in for the stores, and the toilet paper shortage, like toilet paper, not deodorant, not soap, not dishwashing liquid or laundry detergent, but toilet paper. But yeah, I just remember getting up, like I had to get up at like 7 a.m. and wait in line, and you had to get there early if you wanted to. And then you get there, and then they had lines in the shopping mall, like not lines, but they had put tape with arrows on the floors. And you had to go a certain direction. And I felt like I was Jerry Rice running routes or something. Andre Rison, running routes. And I remember the store attendant told me to go back and make a left. And I must have ran that route like 5 or 6 times before I got it. And there was a limit on toilet paper and paper towels you could take. You can only get one per household. I brought my daughter and my son with me and Gay, and we all paid because we wanted the toilet paper. And someone snitched on us. Well, is it supposed to be one per family? Because I think they came together. I was telling them to shut up. And I told my son to go put it back. And my daughter doesn't live with us, and she needs one. But anyway, yeah, it was crazy. And before the mask mandate, my friend, I'm just gonna wear a turtleneck. And then he pulled his turtleneck over his mouth and covered his face. And every time I walk past someone, I'm just gonna hold my breath, and I'm not gonna breathe, and I'm gonna keep my face covered. Then he looked like that guy from the Bazooka Joe. The guy. I got a picture of him above. It looks like this guy from the Bazooka Joe bubble gums. Well, my whole thing was, they said, it's a virus, it's in the air. As if someone winds and farts, it's not going to go through their drawers and their jeans and make its way up into your nose. So I didn't get the mask mandate, but I understood. And then they said, you need an F4. You need an F15 in order for it to not, the molecules won't go in, and this is a certain kind of mask. And then they found the vaccine, and the vaccine comes out, and did you get the Moderna? Did you get I don't even remember what the other one was. Pfizer, the Moderna. Yeah, the Moderna, you get it, and it'll set you back, and it's just like, and it's just, should I get it? Shouldn't I get it? Is it a mandate? Can I play basketball? Can I teach? Can I go to school? Do I have to wear a mask? Or don't wear a mask? I go in a restaurant, and I sit down and eat in the restaurant, and I take my mask off, and then I put it back on. Go to the gym, take it off, gym at certain hours. It's like, who's making these rules up? I mean, it got crazy. And it's still like that, still in certain places. But it's like circumcision. Now you don't need the mandate. Well, I'm 29 years old and I just got circumcised. And the Apostle Paul comes and says you don't need to do that. Well, thanks 2 days later. The Bible readers, you guys will have to get that. But yeah, I say all that to say we've come a long way, and I think we're pretty much back to, everyone going to the stadiums and watching games and families having parties together. And going to shopping malls and not having to run wide receiver patterns and having the coach tell you to go back is very comforting. But that's just my rant.